I'm glad that I got 2 kills. 2 kills against a squad like this with double shoulder. Yeah, I could have camped the V, but 1 kill doesn't really mean too much to me in that situation. If it was 2, let's see what else. Holy fuck, man. Crazy lobby. Oh, that was a stack squad. Holy shit. Yeah, look at that shit, dude. Shoulder, I had 3 sprint burst, 4 decisive strike, shoulder, 2 unbreakables, deliverance, vigil. Dude, that's insane. This is what you get if you get to high MMR. This is all you get, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Man, does this guy ever stop complaining? Nope, I don't. It's good content. And I feel like the place where I'm coming from is actually beneficial. I really want this game to be eventually balanced, if you will, someday in the future. So I need to talk about something with all of you. And that is the perk Shoulder the Burden. I know. It's like hearing like some sort of like really, really bad, awful word that you were never, ever supposed to hear in your life. It's like when those people in The Evil Dead read that scripture from that haunted text and everything just comes alive like zombies, you know. But I'm sorry to do this. I'm sorry to trigger you. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, but we need to talk about this perk. As always, if you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. I'm live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time if you'd like to come and say hello. CampSpookyCorner.com is going to have all of my social links, including the 18 and up Discord server. I would love for you to come join and hang out with us and talk DBD with us. In the community, we're killer and survivor mains, and we always are respectful of each other's opinions. We aim to grow the most non-toxic DBD community ever, so please come and join us if you can. And with that, let's get on to the video. The reason why I made this video is because, as you can see from the intro clips and just my experience playing killer in the past couple of weeks, this has gotten really out of hand. Like, I'm telling you, and I don't get it. We just had we're having an update patch come out where they are nerfing all these perks, right? Which, oh man, it's just not even right. This stuff they're doing, it's just not even, it's not enough, I guess I should say. Sprint burst, deliverance, vigil. These are steps in the right direction, and I'm glad they're finally thinking about these perks. How the fuck was Shoulder the Burden not even touched? Not even discussed, bro. I just don't fucking get it anymore. I just don't think people understand just how broken this perk is. And I think the worst thing about it too is that, you know, when it comes to balancing a perk like Shoulder the Burden, a lot of people that are just buying Tori Kane just to buy her, and they run her perk without knowing the risk and reward of it. And a lot of more of the casual player base too, and the newbies that run the perk thinking that it's going to be like just this like super goated thing that just has no downside at all. I think that's what's really holding us back as a community. But I don't think that's fair, because once you get to high MMR killer, everything you saw in my intro clips, that's all you're going to get. You're always going to get 4 decisive strikes. You're always going to have someone running deliverance. There's always going to be someone running vigil. And now it's gotten to the point where Swifts are just running 2 to even sometimes 3 Shoulder the Burdens just to counter the killer's most effective strategy, which is tunneling. That is the most effective strategy as a killer. And the game has given perks to counter that, which I understand why they did it. But it has to come at more of a cost of what it is. Because as of right now with Shoulder the Burden, all that happens right now is when you press the active ability button and unhook your teammate, you scream, which is, I guess, an alert for the killer. You hear the on-screen noise as well, which the killer gets notified too about, and you're exposed for 40 seconds. I'm sorry, but that's just not enough. Any time that I am ever like aware of someone using Shoulder, I'm probably playing like a killer that doesn't have the map mobility to really capitalize on it. And in my opinion, I really think the only killer that can truly punish Shoulder the Burden is the Ghoul, because the Ghoul can dash back to the hook, get out of your sliding, you know, leaping form, and then M1. That's the biggest thing. To really punish Shoulder, you got to M1. So any mobility killer like Nurse and Blight and Billy, well, I guess Billy, I mean, you can kind of go back and just chainsaw, but the only couple of killers that can actually punish the use of that perk properly are like the strong ones, you know. Like I said, Ghoul. Now that I think about it, you can add Dracula to that list too. Billy. If I'm forgetting any, y'all can let me know in the comments, but that's it. Like, I really think there's like only 3 killers that can actually handle the strength of this perk and punish it properly. Everybody else, like if you're playing an M1 killer, and most of the time, you know, Swifts are going to be the one running this perk and using it effectively. So they're going to calm out properly, like, hey, I'm in chase, I'm on this side of the map, you get the unhook. So if I'm playing like Trapper and I'm all the way downstairs in a corner on RPD, and you're up corner, maybe on the west wing, on the top of the stairs on that hook, like, how the fuck am I going to get over there in 40 seconds and punish you? Because by the time I walk my happy ass over there, you're probably going to drop like 10 pallets on my forehead or have a window to chain to. Not to mention Vigil. Vigil also cuts down on the exposure number. I'm no math magician, so someone can tell me in the comments the time that Vigil reduces the exposure timer to on shoulder, whatever, 66% for now, until they nerf it to 40. But even when it's 40%, that's still going to be what, like a 24-second exposure timer? Yo, that ain't shit, bro. That really is not at all. You're telling me that I'm going to have like 24 seconds as like, even as the ghoul, think about it. The ghoul, you got 24 seconds, right? You get notified, shoulder the burden happens. I gotta get my happy ass all the way across the map, and then by the time I get there, that time's probably cut down to like 16 seconds. I'm just throwing out a number, right? You're still gonna have probably pallets to play with. You're gonna have tiles. I'm just not gonna be able to punish you properly. You know what I mean? I think the perk is just too high of a reward for the risk that it gives, and it just baffles me that we're in this point in the game. And I think Swifts are catching on to it, and the new meta now is you're always gonna see at least 2. If you truly have a stacked high MMR lobby, run 2 shoulder the burdens, and you will probably win most of your matches. I'm sure you've seen videos of these crazy Swift squads going on multiple win streaks, unrestricted, double stacking perks and stuff like that. This fucking sucks. I already know once I hear shoulder the burden activate, I tell my chat immediately. I'm like, the odds of us winning this game just went very, very downhill. And I just think that I love the idea of the perk. I just think that there needs to be a lot more restrictions to it. And the fact that I've always considered it the most broken perk in the game, way stronger than Sprint Burst, Vigil. It truly really is a really unhealthy perk. The fact that it's only a 40-second exposure timer, we got to get that time up. How would I change and fix the perk? I don't really know right now. I think that exposure timer definitely has to go up. That's going to go up to at least like 60, 70, maybe like 80 seconds. Like, I guess y'all can debate me in the comment, or I guess I should say discuss so we can be nicer, but you can discuss with me in the comments what you think the timer should be for the exposure meter. But I also think that your aura should be revealed for an extended amount of time too. I think your aura should be revealed for like 10 seconds on the screen, like actually glowing aura that you can't hide from, that I can come and find you. If you want to be the savior of the team and you want to shoulder the burden, you see what I did there? I think that you should be willing to take on the risk of it, because right now there's no fucking risk for it. So if you actually have risk for this perk and you are really that guy where you are truly good enough to take someone else's hook and play efficiently the rest of the match without dying quickly, then, you know, this is what you should do. Step up to that level and carry the match. I run shoulder the burden all the time. I run it all the time when I am playing on stream, off stream, because I know how goated it is. So I'm in no way blaming anybody for taking this perk. I'm not going to say some weird take that like you're exploiting or like you're, you know, just making the game unfun for killers. I'm just saying like it's just a balancing issue at its core, you know. And I run it all the time. I run it with my Swift. It's super strong. I also play with a lot of newer players that get caught and chased really quickly. So I like to give them a chance to play a little bit longer. So that helps too. But I obviously, you know, I take the risk. I unhook properly. And if I ever go to second immediately during the exposure, I say, well, that's on me. You know what I mean? I mean, as players, we're always going to do the strongest thing to put ourselves in a position to win, which is killers. It's typically tunneling. That's probably the most valid killer strategy to win, is tunneling. And for survivor players, you're going to stack meta perks. I mean, this week, the amount of times I've gone against 4 decisive strikes, that seems to be the new thing now, is like running 4 decisive strikes, and that fucking sucks too. You're pretty much always going to go against that. 2 shoulder players, there's always going to be a deliverance player, and I always tell my chat, if someone uses deliverance, I'm like, this shit's going to get pretty rough, because they're probably running deli, they're probably running plot twist, you know, 5 moves ahead, like for more efficient pre-dropping, hyper focus stakeout. There's typically a hyper focus stakeout player on the team to crank gens too. It's really rough, y'all. We're in such an inflated like part of Dead by Daylight right now that it's just getting really tough to play it. Every lobby it's just constant meta. And don't get me wrong, when I play killer, I run meta too, corrupt, pain res, you know, whatever else is meta, lethal pursuer, nowhere to hide, pop goes the weasel. But I mean, like, we kind of need that just to hang on, you know what I mean? And before I have any entitled survivor mains come to my comments and say any bullshit about me just being a whiny killer player, I'm a survivor main, bro. And you know just as well as I know how busted this shit actually is. I think, you know, the meta right now too has a lot of dead hard, but I feel like dead hard is really like easy to play against because I just expect it. Every time someone's off the hook, unless I saw you have an exhaustion perk, I just accept you to have dead hard. Super easy to wait out. And I'll say more times than not, I usually get good value out of being patient and kind of tricking the survivors and getting them out that way. So I won't complain about that perk too much. It just sucks too, because like, I feel like I just can't play. And I know someone feels this pain that I'm going through right now. I just feel like I can't play killer and relax. Those two words don't go together at all. I can't just load up a game and practice killer because I just get this mega sweat. I can't load up and just relax and just hope for I don't have to win. You know what I mean? I'm in no way saying I have to win every match. I just want a good competitive match that is fun, you know, no toxicity. Everybody just kind of says GG's and we go next. I don't have to win, like I said, but I want it to be competitive. But holy meta, dude, like everything is just so fucking meta now. And it just baffles me that the developers during these you know, next few months where they're making perk changes, where's shoulder the burden at? Y'all have to do something about this perk. Like, Swifts are literally just abusing the fuck out of its power now. This is all you get. You're always going to get at least like 2 now. And I think the reason why people started stacking it is because they know, like, only 1, it raises the risk. Well, what if you're the one that gets tunneled? With taking 2, that spreads that around and makes it basically impossible to tunnel efficiently. And it just really sucks. I also think it's funny that like the developers will, you know, give these perks and resources to survivors to counter the most effective killer strategy, tunneling. They have off the record, dead hard, borrow time, babysitter, reassurance for camping, wiggle it for slugging, like, what is it? Shoulder the burden for tunneling. Like, we have all these things. And as killer players, what do we have to counter the meta? Which is all of those second chance perks along with gen speeds, right? We really don't have shit. They keep nerfing everything. Culrophobia is getting nerfed. We can't keep up with healing speeds when they keep taking these tools away, you know. Gen perks, all of our gen perks are objectively both good and bad. Pain res is totally RNG based. You may not even get to use it throughout the match. Ruin is a hex. Pop goes the weasel. You have to go and spend time to actually kick a generator. Same thing with eruption. And a lot of these things can be calmed out too. Like, if you have dead man switch, that can be calmed out so that way people can make sure they force stick the generator and don't get off of it and get it blocked up. And corrupt intervention can be outplayed really well too. All the survivors have to do is one survivor takes chase and the other 3 rotate to the bottom part of the map and they start working on gens. That's it. Or they stealth in the beginning and they waste your time, and that shit really sucks too. I feel like there's just no, like, that we as killer players, we are just not getting the same tools to counter the sweaty survivor gameplay. Like, survivors are literally directly getting fed perks to counter what we do to win. And I just think it's very, very incredibly biased of them. I just think they need to put shoulder the burden and move that to the top of the list as far as like, we need to fix this. This perk fucking sucks to deal with. If you really don't want killer players to tunnel, then how about we just make a more balanced game? Why don't we give killer players true incentives not to tunnel and to rotate hooks? Why don't we make map RNG better, where when I play Ghostface, I don't get totally screwed by my map and have like this giant map with a shit ton of pallets to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gotten so bad now where it's just hard to play killer and just enjoy and have fun. You know what I mean? And for survivor players, like, I get it. Like, if you want to go and do your thing and do win streaks and stuff like that, but I don't know. Like, how much does that mean to you when you're literally just like running the most busted meta shit ever? I mean, I guess it's no different than like a killer main being like a nurse main or a blight main and going on, you know, crazy win streaks, running full meta and hard tunneling at 5 gen. So I guess it kind of goes both ways, but this shit has gotten really out of hand, y'all. I would love to know y'all's comments about how we can actually like rework this perk and make it healthier and make not playing killer miserable. And let me know what you think about the other upcoming changes to the other perks. I personally don't think it's enough. Like, sprint burst, yeah, like, it got nerfed and it's time, but it still doesn't change the fact that the perk is It's literally a brain dead perk that just gives you so much distance to counter half the roster of killers. Vigil wasn't enough. 40% is not enough. That still counters a lot of core killer powers like Freddy and stuff like that. So I think that should have got dropped down more. Deliverance, I think they kind of fixed Deliverance by giving it a longer broken timer, so it punishes you during game more, but end game, and I could be wrong, maybe this is something they're changing about Deliverance, but it should not work end game. You should not be able to deli yourself off the hook end game and walk out the exit gate. I do like that they're lowering the endurance timer from 15 seconds back to 10. That is going to make playing killer endgame much more competitive. So I think that's super cool. I don't think it ever should have went up to 15 seconds to begin with. That's kind of crazy. But please, behavior, I'm begging you, please just look at the perk, shoulder the burden. We are suffering out here. This perk is so incredibly busted. And I know you're trying to balance the game around the casuals that don't know what the fuck they're doing with that perk, but us from mid to high MMR, we are suffering, baby. This shit is getting rough to play as. And now it's gotten to the point where it's caught so much traction where now you're getting the new meta of 2 shoulder the burdens and you're just totally fucked now. And then like, I feel like the duality of the situation too is like, as killer players, we're expected to go against that, see that, but if we complain, we're just whiny killer players, right? We're just complaining about the perks that survivors are entitled to use and bring. But when we use strategies like quad slowdown and hard tunnel at 5 gens, camp and slug, it's just the end of the world, right? You're like, no, what are you doing? That's so fucking toxic. You can't do that, bro. Like, look at the lobbies you're giving me. Like, what the fuck, dude? Also, if you lose to me and you're bringing lobbies like this, like at a certain point, it's just got to become a skill issue, right? I hate to say it and be that guy, but at a certain point, it's just gonna become a skill issue. Like, if you're bringing all this shit and you're still losing to me, like, because you can literally counter everything that I have. As always, if you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Just again, I'm live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time. I would love to see you in the chat and talk all things DBD there. I play Killer and Survivor on stream, and I love teaching people live, so whatever questions you have, you can come and ask me. Check out my other content. I have loads of other tutorials for Survivor, looping, and Killer if you want to go check them out and learn how to play the game better. And camspookycorner.com for all of my social links, including the 18 and up Discord channel. We would love to have you join the community and come hang out with some amazing people as well. And lastly, your boy is sponsored by G Fuel now. So if you use code CAMS, C-A-M-S at checkout, you'll be receiving 30% off your G Fuel order and supporting me as well. As always, I'll see you all on the next one. Hang in there, killers. Something will happen eventually, right? Right?